At the beginning of the film, we observe Daniel. The main character performs incredible card tricks for the audience. Daniel is confident that the more we watch, the less we see. At the same time, Merritt is engaged in hypnosis. The man is good at reading people, which allows him to uncover the truth about a husband's infidelity. Merritt receives money from the man and hypnotizes the woman so that she forgets about the betrayal. A stranger observes his activities, just as he observes Daniel's work. On the cruise ship, Jack performs a trick, promising to give $100 to anyone who reveals the secret. The guy supposedly bends a spoon with his mind, but one of the spectators uncovers the trick. Jack gives him money and runs away, bumping into a stranger on the way. The winning spectator realizes that his wallet and watch have been stolen. Another magician, Henley, stuns her audience by emerging from an aquarium while water with piranhas is poured in. All four magicians soon find tarot cards in their pockets. The back of the cards indicates the time and place for a meeting. Soon, Henley arrives at the designated address and comes across Daniel, for whom she previously worked as an assistant. At the right door, the couple notices Merritt. The man admires Henley's beauty and, through his telepathy, learns that the girl once dated Daniel. Jack also appears at the door, confessing that he is a fan of Daniel. It is he who decides that they can open the door with a lockpick. In the room, Henley sees a note and a rose. When the girl places it in a glass, dry ice spreads everywhere. Daniel turns on the light, causing projectors to activate on the walls. The man and his companions are amazed by the show that has just unfolded before them. A year later, the action takes place in Las Vegas. 4 magicians are now participating in a joint show called The Four Riders. Daniel announces that at today's show, they will do something that no one has ever done before. Together with his partners, the magicians are planning to rob a bank right from the stage. Using ping-pong balls and random combinations, Merritt selects a man named Etienne, sitting in Section B. The man names his bank, which the magicians are set to rob. Before the performance begins, Henley asks the person who allowed them to become so popular to stand up. The show sponsor, Tressler, thanks everyone for their attention and hopes that the magicians will meet his expectations. Etienne steps onto the stage. Daniel puts a special teleportation helmet on his head, and the man is also asked to select a card and sign it. Then, Etienne enters a strange structure, which instantly collapses. At the same time, the man is transported to a bank in France, and his image appears on the screen. Etienne sees a lot of money in front of him, and then, as Daniel told him, he presses a button on the helmet. This activates an air channel, where the money flies away. In their place, Etienne places a ticket for the show and the signed card. Soon the guards enter the specially protected vault. To their surprise, instead of money, there is only a card and a ticket. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, the audience hears a strange noise from the ceiling. Suddenly, real banknotes start falling down at them. The 4 riders bow and leave the stage. Soon, Officer Rhodes receives a message from his partner about a bank robbery. FBI agents burst into the magician's apartment. The case is assigned to Agent Rhodes, who is not very happy about this turn of events. Also, he is supposed to work with Alma from Interpol. Rhodes goes for a witness interrogation. The unfortunate Etienne says that he has never taken anything that doesn't belong to him, and he is also convinced that magic brought him to France. Alma calls the witness useless since he has been hypnotized. The girl suggests conducting the interrogations and accepting that they will have to work together. Daniel immediately throws Rhodes off balance, which amuses Alma. Daniel describes what happened as magic and informs that he will always stay a few steps ahead. The next prisoner, Merritt, immediately understands that there is tension between Alma and his partner. In the absence of evidence, the FBI releases the magicians. Rhodes learns that among the audience of the show was a certain Bradley. The man used to perform tricks himself, but later specialized in selling videos of shows where he exposes what happens. Rhodes has lunch with Bradley and his partner. The man recounts that once his exposés seriously ruined the life of a magician. That magician tried to rehabilitate himself and attempted a trick he wasn't prepared for, which cost him his life. Bradley is sure the next show in New Orleans, as well as the following show, will showcase the full strength of the riders. After pressure from Rhodes, the man eventually agrees to help the investigation a little. Bradley leads the agents into a hall where he explains that disorientation and distraction are one of the foundations of magic. Bradley places Rhodes in the teleporter, which transports him to a basement designed as an exact replica of the vault in Paris. The magicians had pre-programmed Etienne for a visit to Las Vegas. They learned about his bank using a credit card and also obtained a signature. Bradley believes that the French money was stolen during transport in the van. Then, they were sent to Las Vegas. In the storage, they had placed fake money made of self-igniting paper. It left no traces, which created the feeling that the money was stolen, leaving only a ticket and a signed card. Rhodes, along with his partner, flies to New Orleans and says that he doesn't like people who take advantage of others' need to believe in something magical. Alma shows the man a trick and says that it can be used to make someone simply smile. Rhodes finds it strange that 4 con artists became so famous. Meanwhile, the magicians are flying to New Orleans with their sponsor. Merritt flirts with Henley, which annoys the main character. Daniel decides to demonstrate that reading minds, or telepathy, is an elementary activity that can be learned. The man tries to share information about Tressler, but it doesn't go very well. Soon, preparations for the show begin, while Alma tries to penetrate the essence of the art of illusions and look at the picture as a whole. Rhodes uses technique and cameras to catch the riders in the act of robbery. The man is also convinced that there is a 5th rider. Bradley begins filming an expose on the riders. The man explains that in ancient Egypt there existed the Eye, a special society of magicians who discreetly rob the rich to restore balance. Bradley suspects that the riders may be their followers. Soon, Tressler visits the man. He offers Bradley a check that would bring in more than the expose release. When he refuses, Tressler promises to sue him. Bradley mysteriously states that the man's evil will turn against him. The day of the show arrives. The performers start with completely ordinary tricks and reveal their secrets. Then Merritt steps to the center and asks the audience to take out the envelopes in which they wrote their balances before the show. With the help of flashlights, people heat the paper and realize that the amount has grown. At the same time, the money on Tressler's paper, who was invited to the stage, starts to rapidly melt away. The performers explain that all the guests were insured with the man's company, and they were heavily swindled. However, the magicians restored justice. After robbing their sponsor, the magicians flee. With the help of tracking devices, FBI agents try to catch them. However, Rhodes loses track of the magicians. Alma almost apprehends Daniel, but at the last moment lowers her weapon, allowing him to escape. Because of this, Rhodes has a fight with his partner. Tressler, meanwhile, talks to Bradley. The man explains that the riders used their sponsor to cover up the real trick. Tressler promises to pay $10 million if Bradley exposes those who robbed him right now. The next day, Alma tells her partner about the Eye Mountain, that very cult of illusionists. The girl is convinced that all these shows and robberies are just attempts by the riders to enter it. Rhodes notices that something strange is happening with his phone. The man finds out that a bug has been installed on it. Rhodes manages to track the location of the magicians in New York, in the same apartment where they were a year ago. The man organizes a raid on them. 3 magicians escape through the back entrance, unaware that Bradley is watching them. Rhodes enters the apartment with his partner, where James tries to outsmart him. The guy runs out of the house and steals a car from the FBI. Rhodes chases after him, but realizes he won't be able to catch up. The situation is saved by Alma, who also stole a car. Together with her, Rhodes tries to catch up with the criminal. During the chase, James's car flips over and catches fire. Rhodes manages to save only the paper that the guy was holding. Bradley talks to the man and says that magicians distract him with the help of an assistant, who is Alma. Rhodes learns that his superiors have sidelined him from the case, deeming him insufficiently competent. It also becomes known that Daniel obtained information about Tressler's accounts using the man's phone, as they were encrypted by the FBI. Rhodes talks to his partner and says that he will take revenge if he finds out that she is not who she claims to be. The agents go to a storage facility, the information about which was on the note in James's hands. Upon arriving at the location, Rhodes and his team realize that the safe's guard has been hypnotized by Merritt. The car with the money is managed to be detained. Rhodes is driving after it and learns that the riders are organizing a show right where their final destination is located. The man sees Bradley by the car with the safe and believes that he is the 5th rider. However, the exposer is once again a step ahead. The safe, as he says, contains far from money. Meanwhile, the riders' show begins. Rhodes goes to the show but decides to go with his partner, who is convinced that the magicians are hiding elsewhere and the FBI is moving in the wrong direction. Alma takes the hero to a place where 3 riders appear on stage. The magicians say goodbye to their audience. Rhodes wants to shoot, but his partner stops him. Money begins to rain down on the people from the sky. Alma says that sometimes a miracle is more important than justice, after which she kisses the man. After that, the girl leaves. Rhodes realizes that the money falling from the sky is actually fake. To Bradley's surprise, the real money turns out to be in his car, for which he is arrested by the police. Rhodes visits him in jail. Bradley reveals that the safe was actually left in the storage behind the mirror. Jack took it, using a trick to make everyone think he wasn't there. Bradley is convinced that there is a fifth rider, but he cannot understand who it is. Suddenly, the man realizes that he is already standing right in front of him. Rhodes admits it, while Bradley does not understand why he is being punished so cruelly. Later, Rhodes explains to his partner that the man is responsible for the death of his father, the magician. Soon, the man also meets with his riders. This is the end of the film. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this film, and see you in new videos.